This is the President of the United States, and this is his motorcade, his plane, and his entourage. If anyone else receives this level of VIP treatment, it's King Salman of Saudi Arabia. As the ruler of one of the world's wealthiest monarchies, with a combined wealth of over $1 trillion, King Salman certainly travels in style. His entourage includes dozens of aircraft, hundreds of luxury vehicles, and thousands of assistants, family members, and servants to ensure he feels at home wherever he goes. So, in this video, we will discuss how he travels. After all, who wouldn't want to travel in style? But what does traveling in style really mean? For some, it's flying first class or hopping on a private jet. For others, it means staying in the fanciest hotels or lounging in luxurious suites. However, for the King of Saudi Arabia, traveling in style is on a completely different level. In March 2017, King Salman embarked on a 9-day tour of Indonesia, marking the first visit by a Saudi ruler in almost half a century. The last time a Saudi king set foot in Indonesia was in 1970, when King Faisal bin Abdulaziz visited President Suharto in Jakarta. This trip was expected to provide a significant boost to the Indonesian economy, with investments of around $25 billion. While the media was buzzing about the visit, it wasn't just the purpose that caught their attention. It was the lavish manner in which it was conducted. King Salman's arrival in Indonesia was unlike anything seen from a foreign dignitary before. After the Saudi royal family's Boeing 747 landed, King Salman didn't descend the stairs onto the tarmac like everyone else. Instead, he used his personal golden escalator. He was surrounded by assistants, diplomats, and the Saudi royal guard. His entourage consisted of about 1,500 people, including 25 princes and 10 ministers. With so many people, there was naturally a lot of luggage, 500 tons of it, to be precise. To put this into perspective, the average African elephant weighs between 2.3 to 6.3 tons. So this amount of luggage was like transporting the equivalent weight of 78 elephants for just a 9-day tour. So, what did King Salman bring with him? Among many things, the highlights included his Mercedes-Benz S600 limos and 2 gold-plated electric elevators. Transporting all this cargo required more than 7 planes, including 2 Boeing 747-400s, 2 777s, 1 757, and 2 737-800s. Additional cargo was also flown in on a Lockheed C-130 Hercules, typically used for military transport. While the Boeing 747-400 can usually accommodate up to 600 passengers, when customized as a private jet for the Saudi royal family, it's an entirely different experience. Imagine plush carpets, silk upholstery, and gold-plated everything. The aircraft features private suites for the king and top royals, complete with king-sized beds and luxurious bathrooms. There are also several meeting rooms equipped with the latest technology, so that business can be conducted mid-flight. Multiple dining areas serve gourmet meals prepared by top Saudi chefs. For entertainment, there are large flat-screen TVs and an extensive music library. The plane even has dedicated prayer rooms for religious practices during the flight. Regarding security, the plane is equipped with state-of-the-art features, secure communication systems, and advanced defense mechanisms. The exterior often showcases custom designs, including the Saudi flag and royal symbols, making it instantly recognizable. There are onboard medical facilities for any health emergencies, and with spacious lounges to relax in, it's essentially a flying palace. And here I was thinking that getting a window seat on a flight was the epitome of luxury. Even the world's wealthiest and most influential leaders typically opt for smaller aircraft to prioritize mobility and reduce costs. But that's not King Salman's style, and this isn't the first time he's traveled in such a lavish manner. When Salman visited Russia in 2017, back when Vladimir Putin still had a better reputation, he was greeted with the red carpet for a very special guest, King Salman of Saudi Arabia. This visit was significant for several reasons, including being the first time a Saudi king had ever visited Moscow. King Salman took the idea of making oneself at home to a whole new level. After stepping out of his Boeing 747, he used his golden escalator to descend, but this time, it malfunctioned halfway down, forcing the king to walk the rest of the way. making him somewhat uncomfortable. In true style, the king brought along 2,000 pounds of food and drinks, which was a smart move considering the company he was keeping. But it didn't stop there. The king also transported his own ultra-luxurious furniture, carpets, and decorations, making it feel as if he had brought a piece of Saudi Arabia with him. Unsurprisingly, King Salman's entourage was vast, with over 1,500 people needing accommodation. This meant booking out the two most luxurious hotels in Moscow, forcing the usual wealthy Russian residents to find other accommodations. Furthermore, the king had the hotels redecorated to his taste, which involved flying in golden ornaments and gold-colored furnishings at short notice. This was no problem as long as he paid, and pay he did. This opulent trip to Moscow reportedly cost the Saudi king a staggering $3 million per night. In Russia, it's common for people not to protest when the ultra-rich do as they please. To understand why King Salman travels so extravagantly, it's essential to discuss the House of Saud and how he came to power. The House of Saud is by far the wealthiest family in the world, with an estimated net worth of nearly $2 trillion. You might assume that every member lives like a king, but with around 15,000 family members, the situation is more complex. Members. The wealth isn't exactly spread evenly. King Salman, however, gets the largest share of this massive fortune. His net worth is estimated at around $18 billion. Not too bad for the 25th son of the former king. So, King Salman hasn't faced much difficulty in becoming one of the richest individuals in the world. He was born on December 31st, 1935, just 3 years after Saudi Arabia discovered a vast oil reserve. By the time he was born, his father, King Abdulaziz, already lived in a palace equipped with running water, lush green gardens, and electricity, the only residence in Saudi Arabia with electricity at the time. Salman received an excellent education at the prince's school, which Abdulaziz established specifically for his sons. His intelligence quickly stood out, and in 1954, he became the deputy governor of Riyadh. 9 years later, he became the governor of the same province, a position he held until 2011 when he was appointed crown prince. Salman ascended to the throne in 2015 after his half-brother, King Abdullah, passed away. He then initiated one of the most significant reforms in Saudi Arabia's history, substantially increasing the family's fortune. Today, their net worth is estimated to be around $2 trillion. The Al Saud family is what you typically picture when you think of royalty. Their lavish lifestyle and purchases could make even Beyoncé and Jay-Z envious. Salman and his immediate family live the most opulently, with golden cars, golden toilets, golden fixtures, and probably even golden toilet paper. The family's wealth primarily comes from the oil and energy trade. Salman oversees several highly successful oil, gas, and other energy resource companies worth trillions. The biggest contributor to the Al Saud family's wealth is Aramco, the world's largest oil producer, which supplies 15% of the global oil market. This energy giant is valued at approximately $660 billion. Saudi Aramco owns the world's largest single hydrocarbon network, the Master Gas System, boasting nearly 300 trillion cubic feet of natural gas reserves. Its refining capacity stands at 5.4 million barrels per day, and it is expanding into petrochemicals to diversify the economy. The Crown Prince has bolstered the Public Investment Fund (PIF). In early 2022, the PIF received 4% of Aramco's shares, valued at about $80 billion, leading to investments in sectors such as football, automobiles, and tech companies like Uber, Lucid Motors, Microsoft, and Alphabet. The PF also purchased Newcastle United for $370 million. Besides these ventures, the royal family includes the renowned billionaire Al-Walid bin Talal, the grandson of Saudi Arabia's first monarch, King Ibn Saud. As of 2022, his net worth was estimated at $16 billion. He founded Kingdom Holding Company in 1980, which has investments across real estate, tourism, hospitality, entertainment, petrochemicals, technology, aviation, financial services, and media. The company has invested in major firms like McDonald's, Apple, Amazon, and eBay. It owns over 20% of Four Seasons hotels and resorts and became the second largest shareholder of Twitter in late 2022. Additionally, the Al Saud family holds stakes in major banks, telecommunications companies, and construction firms, among other businesses. Their interests are so widespread that they probably can't even keep track of them all. Just imagine how different life would be if you had even a small portion of this wealth. Many people can't even fathom what it would be like to have a fraction of $1.4 trillion. If you had just 1/10 of this family's wealth, roughly $140 billion, consider what you could do. Picture Yankee Stadium filled with people, each worth $1 million. You'd be richer than all of them combined. You could buy every house in Wyoming and still remain a billionaire. You could write every American a check for $150 and still have billions left over. Your life would be free from the everyday stresses most people face. No more frustrating commutes or crowded offices. If you did work, it would likely be from a state-of-the-art home office, focusing on managing investments, engaging in philanthropy, or pursuing passion projects. You could fund research, support causes that matter to you, and genuinely make a difference in the world. Examples include building schools, hospitals, community centers, and supporting environmental initiatives. In short, having just a fraction of the Al Saud family's wealth would elevate your life to one of unparalleled luxury, freedom, and opportunity. From your daily routine to extraordinary experiences, every aspect of your life and the lives of those close to you would be enhanced to a level most people can only dream about. As you can imagine, having 5 times this wealth allows King Salman to lead a very comfortable life. By comfortable, I mean he resides not in one, but 3 state-of-the-art, ultra-luxurious palaces. The House of Saud has built 12 magnificent palaces for the reigning monarch. Among these, the 3 most luxurious are the Al Yamma Palace in Riyadh, the Al Aya Palace in Ad Diriyah, and the Urga Palace. The stunning Al Yamma Palace serves as King Salman bin Abdulaziz's headquarters in the heart of Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. This palace functions both as a working palace and the royal court. The exterior blends modern and traditional Arabic design, featuring geometric patterns and pointed arch windows. However, it's the interior that truly showcases King Salman's extravagant taste. Inside, there are several magnificent chandeliers that could be considered works of art in their own right, plush carpets, ornate antiques, and a great deal of gold. While it's hard to put a precise value on this palace, it is likely worth hundreds of millions of dollars. When King Salman wants a break from the luxury of Al Yamma, he often retreats to the older and simpler Al Aya Palace. This palace is much less modern, emphasizing traditional Saudi architecture. The walls are adorned with intricate carvings and black and white photos of old Riyadh. Although there is less gold compared to Al Yamma, Al Aya Palace is one of the oldest palaces in the world, making it priceless. Urga Palace is also among the top 3 most luxurious palaces built by the House of Saud and is located in Riyadh. It's renowned for its grandeur and opulence, serving as a symbol of the Saudi monarchy's immense wealth and power. The palace is absolutely breathtaking. Its gleaming white marble facade is decorated with intricate carvings, giving it a regal, grand appearance that's impossible to overlook. The palace is surrounded by lush gardens, beautiful fountains, and a private pool that clearly proclaims, "I am incredibly wealthy." The interior remains somewhat of a mystery as it is relatively new, and only a few people, including former US President Barack Obama, have had the privilege of seeing inside. Based on the few photos that have been leaked, it's evident that the interior is adorned with detailed decorations, silk carpets, Italian marble, and golden furnishings. However, all this luxury comes with a hefty price tag. Urga Palace is estimated to be worth an astonishing $500 million, making it one of the most expensive homes in the world. So, if you happen to have $500 million lying around, this could be your dream palace, although it's doubtful the current owners would want to sell. Living in such luxury certainly has its perks, but it's not always smooth sailing. The Saudi royal family's wealth is evident and often admired, but in some places like France, the way it is spent has caused frustration. There was outrage in France during Salman's visit to Paris. Things got out of hand when he and over 2,000 of his closest relatives took over a small town on the French Riviera. Being a king, his safety in France was a top priority, prompting local authorities to close off certain public spaces, like the beach near his villa, for security reasons. This infuriated over 100,000 locals. On top of that, King Salman had a private elevator installed that went directly from his villa to the beach, and he did so without proper permission. His excessive actions sparked significant controversy due to the major inconvenience they caused to the local community. You would think that the backlash in France might deter him from similar actions in the future. However, during his next visit to Tokyo, the Saudi king took things even further. King Salman's visit to Tokyo in 2017 was a major event. Along with his trips to Moscow and Indonesia, he had important diplomatic responsibilities in Japan, and as expected, he spared no expense to make it one of his most memorable visits. The king arrived with an entourage of 1,000 people and treated them to all sorts of luxuries. He ordered an astonishing 500 limousines and reserved over 1,200 luxury rooms to ensure everyone could live in style. The car company had to scramble to find 300 more vehicles from across the country just to meet his demands. This extravagant lifestyle also extends to the next in line, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman MBS. MBS, who is also Saudi Arabia's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, was born on August 31, 1985, in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. He attended King Saud University before serving as his father's personal aide. In 2017, he was named heir apparent and Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, a title that probably looks pretty impressive on a driver's license, although it's unlikely he has driven himself anywhere in a long time. MBS is known not just for being a royal with billions to his name, but also for how he spends it. He has various interests and projects where he invests his substantial wealth, with one of his favorite activities being hosting extravagant parties. Back in July 2015, he planned to throw a massive party that was expected to last nearly a month. The location? A private island in the Maldives, designed to be one of the most luxurious and expensive destinations in the world. The island features around 24 private villas, many of which are built on stilts over the turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean. Each villa includes private decks, swimming pools, and its own butler. There was even a snow machine so guests could experience an artificial blizzard on a tropical beach. Since MBS rented the entire island, he and his entourage had the place to themselves at an eye-watering cost of $50 million. The resort's more than 300 staff members each received a $5,000 bonus in addition to generous cash tips, a significant increase from their usual monthly earnings of $1,000 to $1,200. This money was well spent, as MBS and his group highly valued their privacy. He was keen to keep the party out of the media spotlight, so staff members were prohibited from bringing smartphones to the island. They were only allowed to use basic candy bar-style Nokia 3310 phones for communication. 2 employees were fired for violating this rule. Some staff were assigned to greet arriving models as their boats docked on the island. The women were whisked away via golf carts to a medical facility where they were tested for STDs. Only after the tests were complete and the women had settled into their villas did the seaplanes carrying MBS and his friends arrive. For entertainment, MBS hired big-name artists from around the world, including Pitbull, Gangnam Style rapper Psy, and DJ Afrojack. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira were also set to perform. The men typically slept for most of the day, but as the sun set, the party truly began. They would emerge ready to party. DJs and bands played on a dance floor overlooking a pool, while smaller acts performed on various stages scattered around the island. One night, MBS got so excited during Afrojack's performance that he climbed on stage. The crowd of men and models cheered as MBS took over the DJ booth and started playing his own music while Afrojack quietly left, muttering to himself once he was out of the prince's earshot. The parties often lasted until dawn. In some cases, MBS used his own staff to serve alcohol, which is banned in Saudi Arabia. The Villa Resort staff were kept on the outskirts of the events because the Saudis didn't want to be seen drinking by residents of another Muslim country. However, in less than a week, news of MBS's presence leaked to a local publication, and the word spread quickly. MBS made a swift exit, and the models were gone soon after. In 2015, the world was stunned when an anonymous buyer spent $300 million on a French chateau, marking the world's most expensive house sale at the time. Just 2 years later, it was revealed that the buyer was none other than Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who had fallen in love with Chateau Louis XIV during a work trip. This 17th-century property features 10 bedrooms, indoor and outdoor pools, a private cinema, a squash court, 2 ballrooms, a nightclub, a library, and an aquarium. It also has fountains, a sound system, lights, and air conditioning, all of which can be controlled by an iPhone. 2 years after his lavish shopping spree, MBS, posing as an art enthusiast, bought Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi for $450 million. He purchased the painting anonymously over the phone, and it is said to hang on MBS's super yacht. However, MBS isn't the only member of the family known for lavish spending. Check out this place, La Chateau de Lumière, or the Palace of Light, owned by Khalid bin Salman Al Saud, the brother of MBS and the Saudi ambassador to the U.S. located in Great Falls, Virginia. Khalid purchased this property for $12 million in 2017 while he was still a student at Georgetown University. The palace features 8 master suite bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, a ballroom, multiple living and dining rooms, and rare antique furnishings. Amenities include a spa, massage room, wine cellar, library, gym, card room, basketball court, and cinema. The outdoor area boasts lush gardens, a serene pool, a lounge area with marble flooring, a cabana, fire bowls, Corinthian columns, and comfortable seating. Then there's the castle of Castagneto Pugh. Prince Al-Walid bought this castle in Turin, Italy, for $25 million. This 40-room castle was the childhood home of Carla Bruni, the musician, supermodel, and former First Lady of France. It has stunning frescoes, underfloor heating, lifts, modern kitchens, and sits on 70 hectares with a caretaker's house. The Saudi royal family also owns impressive super yachts. Prince Abdulaziz, once the largest yacht in the world, is valued at $100 million. Kingdom 5KR, formerly owned by Adnan Khashoggi and Donald Trump, was bought by Prince Al-Walid for $20 million. Pegasus 8, purchased by the Crown Prince for $120 million, can accommodate 26 crew members and 12 guests. MBS also owns Serene, a 60-foot yacht purchased for over $500 million, featuring luxury amenities. Bill Gates rented it for $5 million a week in 2014. King Salman's yacht, Al Diriyah, built in 2002 and redesigned in 2006, can host 30 guests and 21 crew members. It costs $10 million to build and requires $8 to $10 million annually to maintain. While the Crown Prince is known for his yachts and estates, he doesn't have a particular interest in cars, though. While MBS isn't particularly passionate about cars, he does own a few luxury brands like Land Cruisers, Bugattis, Lamborghinis, and Ferraris. However, 2 other princes are known for their impressive car collections. Prince Turki bin Abdullah, for example, owns a fleet of gold-plated vehicles, including a Lamborghini, a Bentley, and a Rolls-Royce. His Lamborghini Aventador SV, one of only 500 ever made, is worth $1.2 million, while his Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe is valued at $4 million. He also owns a Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6, which is worth $2.5 million, among other high-end vehicles. Prince Badr bin Mohammed bin Farhan Al Saud's collection is equally remarkable. He owns rare cars like the Bugatti Chiron and Vision Gran Turismo, which together cost over $5 million. He even bought the Bugatti La Voiture Noire for $18.2 million, making it the most expensive car in the world at that time. His collection also includes a $5 million Ferrari Aperta and a $1.9 million Aston Martin 1-77. If that weren't enough, the Crown Prince, MBS, is also spearheading the development of a $500 billion megacity called Neom. This project spans a massive 10,200 square mile area along the Red Sea and will be 17 times the size of London. Neom is set to run on 100% renewable energy and will have its own economic zone with more relaxed laws compared to the rest of Saudi Arabia. Salman envisions Neom surpassing Silicon Valley in technology and becoming the world's entertainment capital, even overtaking Hollywood. Plans for Neom include flying taxis, cloud seeding, a giant artificial moon, robot maids, genetic modification labs, glowing beaches, and a Jurassic Park-style theme park with robot dinosaurs. With such ambitious projects and astute business acumen, the Saudi royal family might be accumulating wealth faster than they can spend it. Only time will tell, but for now, we can only watch from afar and admire their luxurious lifestyle. After all, what else can we do but watch in awe? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out the other videos on your screen to see which one catches your interest. Thanks for watching.